Hi everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at racing games, or more specifically track racing games. What is the most entertaining one of the popular bunch? So we're looking at Forza Motorsport 5, Forza Motorsport 6, Assetto Corsa, Project Cars and Driveclub. There are other racing games out there which are highly creditable, such as the Forza Horizons, the Crew, etc. But we're not focusing on those today. Just the track games. What has the most fun? What is the best one overall? It's an opinion based thing, I agree, but I'm sure with some of the bits and bobs in there you might agree. We'll see. Let's kick right off with Forza Motorsport 5. This was a launch title pretty much on the Xbox One, and it got a lot of criticism when it first came out. Not enough tracks, not enough cars, lots of microtransactions. People weren't happy, understandably so. You know, Forzas are normally jam-packed with content. This particular one was not. However, on the plus side, what you did get was a nice 60 frames per second racer, good looking graphics. You got some nice reflections on the window screen there, the cars were detailed, it sounded good, it played good. I spent quite a lot of time on this one myself. They also gave away some DLC later on to try and keep all the fans happy. But it missed the mark. It didn't have weather, it didn't have climates at all, there wasn't a day-night cycle. It was fixed. Basically it was sunny all the time, and there was a variety of tracks to play, and that was it. It's fair enough, it was a launch game, you got to play a racing game as soon as the console came out. Can't argue with that. It just needed improving. It was as if it was a taster of what was to come, and that is pretty much exactly what it was. And a lead up is exactly what it was to this. Forza Motorsport 6, it pretty much hit every single thing people moaned about. Tons of content, loads of tracks there, loads of cars, liveries you could design, customised engine options, transmission options, suspension. You could completely tailor the car to how you wanted it. Absolutely packed to the gills with content, and more available should you wish to go down the DLC route. Now, it didn't have a full time of day, it didn't have a full weather environment system. What it did have was certain tracks having the option. So you could have a rainy day, just like it is on here, or a nighttime day, but you couldn't choose yourself. And you couldn't start on a 4 o'clock nice sunny afternoon and go into a 10 o'clock raining nighttime race all in one go. So it was still limited, but you did have better options than in number 5. And it also had the nice effect of standing water on the road. Now, if you're going bombing down the road or down the racetrack, depending on what track you're on, and it had a puddle of water in it, if you hit the puddle, it will pull you to one side, just like in a real car. Great feature. That is something they need to expand on further. This game, pretty much, every single problem that was with Forza Motorsport 5, this ironed out. The graphics were very slightly improved. The frame rate was still 60 frames a second. Great job. A lot of hours into this game. So let's move on to the next one and see what we're going to do next. Assetto Corsa, originally designed as a PC game, very much a simulation, 60 frames a second, fantastic physics, tyre wear, vehicle wear and tear. It was a simulation, it wasn't an arcade racer, it wasn't even trying to be. Later ported over to the consoles with varying degree of success, shall we say. It retained the key elements. The graphics, though, obviously not in the same ballpark as your Forzas or your Driveclubs, etc. It wasn't trying to be. It was a simulation game, and it was very good at that. It's not something I personally got into. I've played it quite a few times, but I prefer more of the arcadey racer than the full-on simulation as this was. Not a bad game, just not my cup of tea overall. Again, lots of tweakability on this and extras that you can buy. Lots of setting up for steering wheels and things like that. If you want a genuine racer, then this is something to look at, without a doubt. Not bad looking though. Got dirt on the window screen there. The cockpit's pretty good. This is a hill climb track that I'm currently on. It's a bit twisty and windy there. But yeah, it's worth a look. Have a look. But don't expect an arcade racer. It is nothing like an arcade racer. Moving on. project cars. This is a game that tried to do absolutely everything all at once. Succeeded in some elements and failed in others. However, there's no denying how good this game looks. This tried to be a 60 frames per second racer, with edging on arcade at times, but with the graphics of a 30 frames per second arcade game. There is no denying it looks good, it sounds good. Initial problems though, people didn't like the controller support on it, said it was unplayable. With the steering wheel, yeah, no problems. Originally designed as a PC game though, it showed its heritage. Once ported to consoles, originally it wasn't good. Xbox suffered from very low resolution, looked terrible. PlayStation, nicer resolution, a nicer frame rate, but it had a blurred effect to the game. Subsequent patches removed the blurred effect and cleaned up the Xbox version substantially. However, this game's home is still on a high-end PC, and I do stress the point high-end. To run this game effectively, all maxed out, you're going to need a fairly beefy rig to do it. Incidentally, being given away with Xbox Live Gold at the moment, you can't complain on a free game. Definitely worth a try. It's not quite up there with the Forzas and stuff, but we're looking forward to Project Cars 2. If anything, just for the graphics. Let's move on to the next one. Oh, Driveclub. What a checkered history and start this had to its career. Well, like a lot of you, I bought a PlayStation 4 expecting to be able to play this on day one as a PS Plus free giveaway. It never happened. In fact, it never happened for a very long time. It was over a year before we got the PlayStation Plus version of this game out. Such a shame. When it first launched, you only had to clip a curb. Clipping a curb gave you a penalty, it slowed you down. The AI and the other cars was terrible. They were all kamikaze. It just wasn't in a good state. You know, it felt like it had been rushed even though it had such a delay. However, it got patched, got sorted out. There is absolutely no denying this game's graphics. This is a 30 frames per second arcade racer first and foremost. It is not a simulation, it's not trying to be. But as a showcase for the system, this game still holds high even today. They've added content to it. You've now got city tracks, you've got the option to buy a motorbike pack on it. It is a great game. I still play it to this day. They've also added the PSVR edition to this game, which I will go into separately on another video with PSVR, but enough to say I've played it quite a bit, and yeah, there's nothing else as immersive as being in a VR headset playing a racing game. I've tried this and Project Cars, and this is the one. For me, this is great. You don't get sick or anything. But like I say, I'll go on with that with another video. For now, just look at it. It's a great looking game. It's in good shape now. Unfortunately, Sony saw fit to kill off Evolution Studios, who made the game, and you will not be getting a Driveclub 2, which I think is absolutely criminal. But hey, they had their reasonings. I guess they didn't want to put up with these delays, like some of their other games we could talk about. We shall see. So, we've looked at all the track races, the popular track races, should I say. There is more, but you know, we're not going to go into rallying or open world games. As a track racer, my personal favourite, having played them all different systems, currently, is Forza Motorsport 6. I think it deserves it. The amount of creation in the cars, the fact you can quite literally build your own car and then go and compete against your mate's car that he's built and pit them head to head, see who's had the best build, swapping engines out, swapping drivetrains out, suspension settings, tyres, everything. You can do absolutely every part of tuning on that vehicle. All the liveries, all the paint jobs, spoiler kits, the graphics, the sound. I don't think any other racing game has the sound of a Forza game. The engines always sound meaty, they sound nice and correct. A lot of games sound tinny and rattly. It's got to be Forza. There's a version of Forza 6 on PC, the Apex. It's a free game, so it's cut down. You cannot do all the customization on the engines and stuff. You can do liveries, but even so, same sort of thing. It's a good racer. Now you'll notice there's one game missing from this, which shouldn't be missing and does deserve a mention. what is going on with Gran Turismo Sport? Just like all the other Gran Turismos, delays. Will we ever see the game? You know, we've had how many dates now for it to be released? The footage I've seen and looked at, the engine sounds still sound terrible. Although they have recently hired the guy who did work doing the Forza engine sound, so maybe they'll sound a bit better. Maybe he'll kick them all up the backside and get them sounding good. The physics, they look terrible from what I saw as well. You know, graphics, yes, they look good already, but it's not a full Gran Turismo game, is it? It's an online esports version, so in a way it's like a souped up prologue. It's not a full Gran Turismo. It's not the big Gran Turismo game. So when are we going to get the next big Gran Turismo game? Do we have to wait for PlayStation 5 in 2 or 3 years' time? Is that the case? Either way, you know, Polyphon Digital, who make it for Sony, you've messed up, guys. You know, we've had how many Forza Motorsport games on the Xbox now, you know, since launch? And how many Gran Turismos have we had? We've had none. We've had one driving game from Sony, and that was Driveclub. Very good. What did they do? Shut the studio down. Nah. So for now, my verdict, my opinion stands. Forza Motorsport 6, you are the driving game currently, and it deserves that title. Now if you agree or disagree with me, you know, don't just sit there chuntering behind your computer. Leave me a comment. Give me a reason why you agree or disagree with this. What are your thoughts on the new Gran Turismo? You know, do you know anything about it? What is happening with it? When is it coming out? Because the release date of March that I've heard, it looks like it's being delayed again. So why? Are they converting it to a full Gran Turismo? Pop your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think. Appreciate you watching this video. If you liked it, please click like. Think about subscribing. Try and do daily videos on all different sorts of things. Thank you very much for your time. Goodbye.